Hi, my name is Ben. This is a question for mostly Summer, but anyone who might know the answer if there is one. River never interacts with Wash alone. She has interactions with all the other crew members in some variation, talking with them, wrestling with them, whatever. But she and Wash are never in the room alone together, and they never have any one-on-one interaction. I wanted to know if anybody knew if this was intentional by Josh, or if this was just because the bastards at Fox canceled the show too early.
Or because you hated Alan.
I didn't want to get too attached to him because, you know, when you got your eye on a certain job or need somebody out of your way, you don't want to create that connection.
So Josh knew in the very first episodes that how it was going to arc and that you would end up in the pilot's chair.
He knew in his heart.
Can I say though, I never even noticed that. So Ben, this is what I love so much about coming here and being with y'all, because you reflect things back to us that I never noticed that. Like, I think that's pretty remarkable. I'm gonna now have to go watch it all over again and see if you're right. And I'm trying to think if I've had scenes with Wash.
Summer, had you noticed it? Had you noticed that before?
Well, I felt like I not particularly that I only hadn't had scenes with Wash, but there was so much more, you know. Never mind. I wanted Joss to let me off the ship more, and I wanted to definitely interact with everybody more, and I think I definitely would have. Maybe in that animated series.
All right. Cool. Let's take one over here. Anyone?
This is for Adam. What was it like working on Castle, where you got to torment Nathan?
You know, he's such a good sport that it's just fun no matter what sort of beats you're playing, and we're always looking for the comedy in and amongst the ethos of that show and the crime that you're having to solve. So he just rolls with it. So it was really fun for me to, you know, sort of bully him around a bit, but he's just so lovely and accepting of it, and it was great fun. I was really blessed to be able to even do that twice. I was surprised because I did it once and then I was not available, but we were able to figure out a way for me to come back and play this sort of, I don't know if you saw this character, Slaughter, on Castle, but check out the episodes, I'm funny. It was great, and the writing was fantastic, and I do a little song and dance, actually, yeah. And I'm not good at it.
I mean, I guess when you guest on someone else's project, it's sort of like being a house guest in his home, and that must, I mean, there must be a sense of pride that goes along with that too. Like, attaboy, like, you know, I'm proud of it. Like, talk about that a little bit.
Well, fortunately, I mean, we've all done guest spots, and you are coming into their home, basically, and I think it's really important when we had guests on our shows or other shows that we worked on, it's really important to make sure they feel welcome, and you want them on the lines, here's some coffee, just make them feel comfortable, because there's so much pressure put on the guest star, because they're really a relief valve for the regulars. It's like, okay, here's 18 pages of speechifying for you, guest star, so our regulars can sort of rest and cruise, because this is a long season. So there's a lot of pressure on them, so make them feel welcome, and that's what they did for me on Castle, and Nathan did, and a lot of the crew members were from X-Files. They rolled over from X-Files, so I was familiar with them, so it was like, hey, they all knew me, and those that didn't know me are like, who's this frickin' guy? You know? Why do you know him so well? So then I earned my earn my chops there. But yeah, it's a stranger in a strange land. But yeah.
They were still talking about you when I guested. All good things. Yeah. Yeah, they were still.
When Nathan first contacted me, he texted me and said, maybe you want to do a guest spot? It's sort of Jane Cobb meets Dirty Harry. I said, yeah, I can do that. Blindfolded.
So when I was on Castle... Oh, wait, sorry, never mind.
Next question.
It's canceled. It's canceled.
I'm David. This sort of piggybacks off of the first question that was asked, and I don't mean to be redundant, but in addition to the animation and the fan films and all the other ways that we keep trying desperately to bring the show back, has anyone ever talked to you about doing an audio drama, like an actual modern audio drama of the show?
Oh, huh.
It's in Joss's hands. So he controls the creativity if he wants to do it. Put pressure on him.
Do you remember Joss used to joke that we would take a circus act on the road called the Flying Tams? I really wanted to do
The
it.
world might be ready for it now. I think the world is ready.
Like a little Cirque du Soleil with Simon and Robert.
Let's take one over here.
Hi. I just want to say, Simon, thank you for bringing your kindness and integrity in a character. Thank you, Summer, for bringing in your kind of that broken personality, portraying that, and the badassness, and Jane for your crudeness and immaturity that you bring to the character. Just everything you brought to the show, thank you so much.
I don't like you anymore.
I want to ask if there was a favorite scene in the TV series shooting for you individually, and also in the movie, or if there was like a deleted scene that you wish had made it in.
So many. To shoot or to watch? See, that's just so interesting. People ask, like, what's favorite episodes or favorite moments, and some of them are doing them, and then others are watching them, which is interesting. You guys want to, I mean...
I would call it deleted scenes.
I don't recall any of it. I don't think...
Whatever's on the page we shot was in the show.
I think because Joss and Tim, so knew exactly what they wanted. I don't think anything ever did make it in.
One of my favorite memory of the entire Firefly experience while shooting was the first day, I said this on another panel, first day, roll one, slate one, and it was you being tortured in that was the first day of shooting.
Yeah.
And I made sure I got there. And it wasn't so much that what you guys were doing, although it was great, it was the look on Joss's face when he called action. I made sure I wanted to see him do that because it was this redemption, resurrection quality, and he was just so happy.
Yeah.
So that was one of my favorite moments to witness, for sure.
Yeah, I remember that.
Top that.
I always, one of my favorite moments is when they are about to burn you at the stake. I mean, that just came out.
Where are you going?
No, I mean, I think Safe and Jamestown both are my two faves. And I loved Ariel as well. That's so funny. That's actually kind of our thing. But I just, the look of that episode, and I think that memory-wise, I think Drew Greenberg wrote that as a writer who is now one of my best friends, met on that episode. So this is where we talk about, when, as an experience, this was, kind of where we were, and he was there, and you were there, and everyone was there. And, just that moment where I have a thing with the Crucible and, the Salem witch trials, and that was just so, for me as an actor, and I loved that moment where he was going to get on with her,
You just took me back. Now I can remember. I can feel the wind was blowing.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was so windy.
Yes, that was really magical. My favorite is any scene where we were sitting at the kitchen table and Ron's laughing. That's just those are my favorite memories.
But, you know, we all ask questions about favorite scenes, favorite moments, etc. But as actors, you know, a lot of times we're putting together like a clip reel to get that next job or whatever. So, what was a scene that made it into your reel?
I have never watched my reel because then I would not act again. I don't watch my reel. I gotta be honest.
I haven't updated my reel in years. I would say that mule chase was fun. In Serenity. That was great.
Yeah.
The outtakes of that are pretty funny too. If you see it before they put in the CGI.
Yeah.
The Reaver ship's just sort of on these like big rubber wheels, kind of like.
Oh, I won't put you on the spot on it. We can come back to that if you think of like your
what?
audition reel. Yeah.
Oh, well, you're also sort of asking us to toot our own horns.
Doot, doot.
I think that's
Like, I was so good in that one scene.
I think tooting is occasionally okay. I do it at least a few times a day. Yes, it was a fart joke on a Firefly panel, yeah. Over here, I believe.
Hi, my name is Brooke, and this question is for Summer. I know you mentioned that you learned a lot, you know, with Firefly being your first real television role. How did that transfer over then into going into your first, I think, movie with Serenity?
Oh, well, I don't know how you guys felt, but I was nervous about going back on the set because the series was such a magical environment. I didn't know if we would get it back the same way, but we absolutely did. Like you said, that first day of shooting when we were all back on set, and it seemed like, okay, if this is a dream, just don't wake me up. I just want to get to the end. And it was just the same. It was like we had never left. And I guess the biggest difference for me from the series to the film was that I felt like Joss put a lot of trust into me and into this vision he had for River in the film, where I was going to be this, you know, assassin. And I was training for 6 months. Joss wanted me to be able to do as many of the stunts myself as possible, and I worked really, really hard. So I felt equal parts actor and stunt person, to be honest. So that was the biggest difference.
Thank you.
The stunt coordinator guy, Chad Stahelski, was, and his crew are just amazing martial artists, action directors. Now, Chad directed John Tucker, I think. Is that the right title?
John Wick.
John Wick, that's it. John Wick. Yeah, he's the director of that. So he moved on to bigger things. I wasn't going to say that.
So talented. I think Joss could not have chosen a better person. There isn't a better person than Chad. He's so talented.
Wire work and martial arts.
Yeah.
It was fantastic to watch. We had a good fight scene too.
Sure did.
Didn't end well, but.
You know, okay, I've got a little funny story. I have these little paper dolls, magnets, of the whole cast, and my daughter loves to play with them. So I was letting her play with them the other day, and I came over, and somebody's paper arm was torn off and on the ground, and it was yours.
I like those little magnets, those refrigerator magnets that you can change the head to the body.
Yes, those are the ones.
Yeah, I put them like normal, and invariably my son will change my head to Anara's body. Jane's head with a dress, it's just great. Son, what have you done?
Are there any other like collectibles or you know things that have been released over the years that Because I know, you get sent all of these things, but anything else that you particularly keep and hold on to, like, oh, that's kind of fun. I'll put that on my desk, or I'll keep that around.
I don't get sent a lot of stuff. I don't have an action figure.
I think he was gesturing.
Maybe Adam will loan you one of his.
I like those Funko Pop head bobblehead guys. Those are hilarious.
Yeah. Okay, over here, please.
Hello, my name is Wesley. I have a Firefly-themed bathroom with various small items representing each character. For example, Wash has little plastic dinosaurs, Jane's hat, and Kaylee's parasol. If you had to pick a small item that would fit in a bathroom to represent your character, what would you pick?
You, sir, have, the honor of asking a question I have never, ever heard before, which is pretty notable.
What the hell do you use the hat for?
No, I have a good one. They should make a nail file in the shape of my sword. Yeah, that's a good one.
Patent that.
You're first.
I have an idea. On your toilet seat when it's down, it's quiet. But when you lift it up, the Firefly theme song comes. Take my love, take my love. You started it with that.
I can't believe we're talking about
tooting thing.
Why is it not a washcloth, by the way? Just a thought. I'll let you sit with that. Sean.
These are cheap laughs.
I know, yeah.
I'm still trying to get the toilet seat out of my head. I don't know. Maybe, what? To wipe my ass with? It could be that shower curtain. Yeah, I was thinking Simon's medical bag could be like a little makeup kit or toiletry kit. Yeah. That's so stupid.
Be the best for a shower curtain that just opens up like this, so you step on it.
Okay, yeah.
Like a shampoo cozy, like a shower with different pockets.
Yeah, I wonder if we could do the inside of the shower, sort of in the vein of the set, like the walls of the infirmary, or all of my little open shut things that I had.
Sir, I just really hope you end up on an HGTV show. And this is the theme you're working with, so let's take one over here.
Hi, I'm Connor, and I've got a question for Sean and Summer. You two did an incredible job of convincingly portraying siblings. Can you tell us anything you drew on for doing that? Just stories, moments when it clicked?
I mean, I've said this all the time, and you're usually not with me. I haven't seen you in a while. But the Simon River relationship for me was just effortless. I think because you felt like you didn't know what you were doing, even though you were extraordinary at what you were doing. I sort of felt protective of you as an actor. I also, sort of fell in love with you from the moment I met you. So I just felt very. It was so easy. Everything with us, I don't feel like I did anything. Truly, it was just completely, authentically what it was.
It's the exact same for me. I met him. I thought he was the most romantic character I'd ever seen in life too, and I had him on such a pedestal, and I felt I I felt very swept up in any scene that I did with Sean, and people often ask me like, what character just did you like doing scenes with the most? And I have to say I was so inspired by him, and I tell the story about how when we shot the scene where you were shot, that I was crying so loudly that Josh told me I was ruining his close-up. Because he would hit me so hard. Like I felt so inspired by him. So like you said, it was effortless. I didn't have to draw on anything, and I never had a brother before. I had 2 sisters, so it was very special.
Sounds very sweet. On this side?
My name is Amanda, and I have a question for all of you. Can you talk to us a little bit about your very first day on set? What were some of your thoughts or favorite memories from just that day?
Oh gosh.
I don't remember the first day.
I do.
Would you care to share with the class, John?
I'm trying to remember my very first day on Firefly. I think it was the scenes with Badger in and amongst that.
Was it?
Lands down.
I just said
But we went right there.
we had a weird recast, remember?
That was before my time.
Oh, you weren't on.
I
Okay.
hadn't worked yet, and there
Got
was
it.
some early shooting with someone that it didn't work out, which is common among shows. It's just there's a misstep.
Yeah.
It just changes. They call it the adjustment period. I've only been victimized once in a show that never got picked up, so it's fine. But it's a very awkward feeling. But
Yeah.
So you were there. You had been working.
Yeah,
a
we
week
had
before.
worked a couple days. Miranda wasn't the original Nara, and we did a few days before, I think, and then they retooled some. And I remember one of my first memories, I think, is we were all sort of in between scenes, just hanging out outside the cargo bay door. So the ship is right there, and then Joss brought Miranda in, and we were all like, he was like, "This is Nara," and we were like, "Oh." Now it's complete, and it just went like, and that was it. I remember that before really anything, before she, and then she got her costume on. She kind of sucked, and it, I'm just kidding. It all just worked. I think Jewel especially, I think, had this like mind-blowing shift when Morena showed up, and they had to do those scenes going up the stairs, and there was something about the way that they walked up the stairs together that was very different than what was happening before.
One of my favorite moments early on wasn't shooting, but it was in one of the first read-throughs we had. I just decided to go for it, talk like this, and do that. And I remember Nathan's like, is he going to do it that way, Justin? So it was a constant battle of Joss sort of saying, "That's too much. Don't go too deep in that thing." Okay, I'll bring it back a little bit.
Where did you pull the Jane voice from then?
It's just an agglomeration of agglomeration.
Sure.
Amalgamation of different characters I've watched over the years. My dad used to take me to shoot 'em ups. Sort of Warren Oates meets Eli Wallach meets Slim Pickens in a lower register.
Yeah.